Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
See it,
Promote
double?
him.
It's
Promote
right
him.
above the
Promote
stripes.
him.
Promote to leader.
You get to launch it double.
Stone
It's
crit.
not letting me launch it.
Cam, you gotta infuse the
There we
fist.
go. There we go. There we
Here we
go.
go. Here we go. Let's go.
Yep, there it is. Run
Deep
it.
Stone Script.
Let's go, boys!
Geocaching. No one likes you.
It's where we perform. Let's go.
All right.
Wait, what? Tanix?
It is Tanix.
He just resurrected Panic.
If anybody wants to get launched, I can
I'm going.
follow.
I'm in.
I'm going into the left one. I'm going in the left.
I got middle.
Wait.
Oh, this is so
hold on.
cool.
I'm going.
Yep, he's there. All well first.
Well,
3, 2, 1,
Go.
go. Front left. On me.
That one on Alpha. On Alpha.
there it is.
Oh, boys. Yes!
Oh my god.
Easy, bro. It's easy, dude. Damn, coming in clutch there.
Things are escalating. Oh, the music. Oh, the Shadowkeep music.
Pyramid music. Holy shit.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh shit, I started it.
Tank the Abomination?
Oh my, what the?
Demon Hunter.
What is that?
He pulled
Oh,
the
there's
fucking
ads on us. There's
axis.
ads on us.
That's so cool, dude. It's a shake. He's right.
That's a very old question. I think it's been, what, 6 or 7 years since I started playing Destiny back in 8th or 9th grade of high school, middle school. So, I mean, yeah, all we really had to play back then was Halo and Call of Duty. And yeah, we never had experience with looter shooters. I mean, I never played Borderlands. Obviously, that format of game is very different to most movement-based FPSs that, you know, me and my buddies were familiar with. But when Destiny came out, the big release, the big anticipation, it was just something completely fresh and new.
Hello, I'm Dane Drake Yarder, also known as Double Redux, and welcome to this documentary on Destiny 2's Deepstone Crypt World's First Race. For those unfamiliar, Destiny 2 is an online first-person looter-shooter hybrid developed and published by Bungie, the creators of the Halo franchise. It's an MMO-light experience in which you could take on the role of a guardian and defend humanity from the forces of the darkness. As a player myself, I can say the main appeal of Destiny 2 is its fast-paced gunplay combined with a combination of challenging encounters and satisfying rewards.
Going back like as long as I can remember, I've been just a massive love of all things sci-fi, like Star Wars, Star Trek, all over it always. And then I saw Destiny when I was really little when it first came out. I say really little, but I was like 14. It feels like ages ago. I didn't have a console or anything else, so I didn't play it other than like once at a friend's house. And then Destiny 2 came out, and I played that at launch, but it wasn't super great, so I stopped playing it. And then a little over 2 years ago now, in November, it went on a massive sale for PC, and I got it then, and that was when I started playing. And I really enjoyed it, but didn't have anyone to play with. And then I found out after that the Esports Club had a Destiny community. And it's all downhill from there.
For the first year, actually, the game was not in a very healthy spot. And by game, I mean Destiny 2. The content wasn't great. The community wasn't happy. And so what happened is that we only had really 3 people. Myself, Double Redux, and a guy named Zero was the people I had. So we didn't even have enough for a raid team. We were pugging everything every day, or every time we wanted to raid. And then the expansion of Forsaken came out, and this was a huge improvement to the game. We were all very excited that like this is a big, healthy change for the game. And with that expansion, we actually started to get enough people to pull out a raid race out of just by sheer luck of asking people.
Over time, more and more members joined the U of A Esports clan, and when it came time for the next World's First race, we had enough members to have 2 full teams participate in the race.
We have tryouts yearly for World's First. Those tryouts usually consist of 2 to 3 endgame raids, which I use to judge my teammates on, and which are usually the hardest things in the game to do. And essentially, and I can show this to you, I have a whole spreadsheet and rubric of things that I provide them beforehand that I'm judging them on while they do their tryouts. And on top of that, I also give them roles to perform. So each of them need to complete a certain task and fill a certain position in each raid, because I know during World's First, they're obviously going to be in a high-stake role like that, and I need to be able to test that.
As for teams, it's mostly tryouts once raids are announced for a new season or a new expansion. And at that point, we figure things out as a team. We learn exactly what we're going to be needing to do for our grinding. And then at that point, we just grind as a team.
There's a lot of time that goes into it, and we probably put in minimum 20 hours a week a person. When I'm like really in the thick of things and I'm like really grinding to prepare myself, it depends on how much time I'm giving it, but I'll even play like 4 or 5 hours a day, like every day.
The game is fun, but I think the most fun part of the game is the build up for World's First and the preparation. So it actually feels like you're building towards something, you know? It is the ultimate form of like a team-based game is a World's First kind of run. That kind of event.
There's nothing like going into a raid for your first time. There's no video explanations on how the bosses work. You have no idea who you're going to be fighting. You have no idea what the story's going to be, and you have no idea what the loot's going to be as well.
Yeah, it's like, you.
Oh,
All right.
music.
Oh, shit.
Locate the Deep Stone Crypt.
With most esports, people go against players. Well, we're going against the environment. So we don't have to worry about someone saying, oh, someone has this on their team. So like we have to counteract this person. A lot of it's us going into the unknown, problem solving it.
I'm seeing me just chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling. I got boots. Thanks.
Hatch opens.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Sparrows, by the way. I just killed him.
It's kind of like, as I've had experience previously in a band with something called sight reading, if you know what that is, where it's you have all these skills and stuff that you've prepared beforehand, but you're given a new sheet of music that you've never seen before that you then have to play as well as you can. And it's something like that where you have to just be confident in your own ability and know what you're doing so that when you're given that new sheet of music, the new raid, you can just go into it and do your best. And the feeling of satisfaction of actually being able to succeed that kind of test is an amazing feeling.
Oh shit, you guys got caught in it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna die. It's alright if we die. Lingers. Yeah, there are enemies.
Get in the bubble first,
Yellow bar with a void shield.
Oh, I was close. A void shield? Excuse me. It's a guard. Dark Council guard.
Yep, he's dead.
Pro Sparrow roll.
Holy shit. Oh, I found it.
This is pretty.
Have a deep stone crit.
Oh.
Well, what do you know?
I think I found a boss room.
Alright.
This looks like something.
With no pre-existing guides to consult on how to defeat each encounter, players must start from zero and figure out how each complex mechanic operates within every fight.
A buff or something.
The door locks. There's 2 separate rooms that separate each other and they get locked off.
There are stuff in the game where it's like it's very puzzle oriented. You gotta solve, like, crack a code or disable a security system. And players like Hero, Bio, and Double, they're all really good at solving these kind of puzzles.
Up top, it calls which ones to shoot through the floor.
Yeah.
And then we can. Okay.
And then the operator goes down and tries to shoot
The
them.
scanner doesn't even need to go down. It's
Yeah, there's
just
probably a
opera.
correct.
Because you can only send one person down anyways.
Yeah.
I tend to be the person who, well, I'm not very good at like figuring out the mechanics. My role is more kind of refining strategies to work on those mechanics is where I see my strong suit. In terms of people who are better at actually figuring out the mechanics, I think Double is probably the best at actually figuring out the mechanics on our team. Once he's put together what the raid wants us to do, I'm better at like refining what we need to do to accomplish that.
We might not be able to get it this time.
Broke.
Just go for it. Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, we can go for it. We can go for it.
Cam left. Done.
Broke.
We did it.
Done.
Let's go! Let's go!
My door opened. I can leave.
There
Can
you
get
go.
out of this
You're
job
free.
that's taking place.
Hey, there's a chest. There's a chest.
Nice.
I'm coming. I'm
Ooh.
coming. I'm not there yet. Hold on.
I got an energy weapon.
One of the many pitfalls teams need to avoid is getting into arguments. In this stressful environment, tensions can start to run high as a team gets stuck either misunderstanding a mechanic or failing to execute their strategy. It's easy to get into disagreements in these types of situations, which can lead to players burning out and wanting to give up.
It took us like 15 hours or something like that, and there was a couple points where we were pretty frustrated. But you either just try and like everyone chill out and we'll have a couple, chill runs, or we'll just take like a 5-minute break.
Oh, there's definitely some heated moments, if you catch my drift, where two people get into a disagreement and there's no winning. So you kind of sometimes just have to like take a step back and realize that it's just a game and you're kind of just blowing things out of proportion.
Bring it. I was focused on the DPS. Delivering it now.
I don't know how many times
10 seconds.
All right, then scanner.
Show me your double.
Scanner now.
Just call my name specifically.
Oh no, you have it. You have it.
Oh, I have it. Okay.
I told you that you had it.
Top right.
People were yelling at me for 3 different things at the same time. I'm sorry.
You guys good?
Yeah, Worlds First can get pretty intense at times. Even sweethearts like our teammate Wei can lose their cool sometimes. And I'd say I'm pretty good at recognizing when those situations occur. And I mean, everybody at this point is pretty experienced. I think we all know when to take a step back, when to, get something to eat, get a glass of water. And I mean, it's usually after every big encounter too, so.
There would be 4 encounters in total that needed to be cleared, each introducing some new mechanic while building on what players came to understand from the previous encounter. Once players came to understand what was being asked of them, it then came time to perform. A fight will generally require the players to output enough damage within a certain time frame, requiring both their equipment to be well optimized and their reflexes sharp to dish out the most damage possible on a moment's notice. On top of all of this, there is the pressure of having to go as fast as possible or risk falling behind. Every failed attempt is a chance for another team somewhere in the world to pull ahead of you, and that one attempt could be the difference between victory and defeat.
Everyone who completes the raid within 24 hours gets a custom emblem in-game. We've all been wearing our Deepstone Crypt, the last raid that came out. We've all been wearing our day 1 emblems from that race. We finished like 400th out of like 20,000 teams or something.
I thought, a day 1 kill for one team would be very impressive. That'll probably be the height of our experience. But to have 2 teams do it is incredibly impressive and beyond anything I could have expected from them.
Even if your team isn't the first in the world, there is still prestige to be found in completing it within the first day. Special modifiers are put in place on the first day of any raids released, making it much more challenging than it might otherwise be. So being able to say you beat the raid on day 1 is still a grand accomplishment.
Make. Use whatever you got. Use whatever you got here. There it is.
Got him.
Let's go. Holy.
There we go, boys.
Let's go.
There we fucking
Let's
go.
go.
The demons have been
From the
exercised!
crypt.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Deepstone
Give us our
Crypt.
chest. Where is it?
The
Oh, it's over
Wildcats
there.
have done it!
The true definition of success is having something that you've created live on without you. And that's one thing I'm very proud of the Destiny community now, is that I've created something, I've shown that it has success, and it's grown even more successful as I've stepped away from the leadership position.
Over the years of like us being together really closely, coordinating everything we do together, like when you're in the team, you have to mesh pretty well, and you have to go out of your way to try and mesh well and learn how to play around other people and work as a team. And I feel like because of that, we all have gotten along really well. I currently live with 2 other members of the Destiny team. Those are my roommates. And and I met them through Destiny.
I love them. Honestly, I couldn't really imagine any other people being part of the team. I love everyone in the whole group. There's just such a joy to hang out with, honestly.
I made a lot of close friends like Alpha and Aiden that I didn't know. I'm now like in D&D groups with them. I mean, they got to be like some of the best friends. Even though I think I met Alpha in person once during like my final end of year LAN, and I haven't met Aiden in person at all. But they're still good friends.
Everyone who I know who is a part of like the Destiny UA is like really like welcome. Like if anyone wants to do anything or play with them, like everyone's like, yeah, let's go, I'm down. And I'm the same way. If like you want to do a random thing, I'll help join you do the random thing. You want to help go through the story, I got you. It's just like everyone is just like always willing to play with each other, and it's just very welcoming and fun. Being with the team and the club was just amazing and fun. It just the lifetime friends I've made from it. It's just I can't thank it more enough.
To all the people that have, to all the esports club people who have watched us compete from the start or like at any point of our time, just thank you guys for your support. And please, like, if you guys want to come try out the game, it's free, and we'll be more than happy to bring you through a raid or do some trials with you.
We're always super willing to play with new players. If you're new coming into Destiny, please hop in the Discord, message us sometime if you'd like to raid. We love bringing people through new content. I'm in particular always looking for people to play trials with, and we've been really searching hard to get a PvP team together and to play tournaments with. So yeah, I mean, if you play this game and you love Destiny, UA Esports, it's a pretty good place to play this game. So